Maybe this time my head won't be cut out of the top of the video. Let's see what happens. OMG, I can see my... You can see the top of my forehead! Okay, great. Guys, my name is Sher and I am Steven Universe Trash. Literally. I wish I was joking. Today's episode was episode 71, When It Rains, and this was all about how Peridot and Steven deal with thunderstorms. Just kidding, it's about the giant cluster that's trying to kill everyone. Yeah, no, I'm totally kidding. But we do find out more about the cluster. Basically, the episode started and it was super cute and it was super funny and I adored it. Literally, it was so cute the first 30 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. But it was more like the first 3 minutes of it was about how the crystal gems were trying to talk to Peridot through the bathroom door, and they're like, tell us about the cluster, and she's like, no, I'm not going to tell you anything, while Steven is also in the bathroom with her getting ready for the day. Yeah, because she trusts him enough to let him into the bathroom, but she doesn't trust the crystal gems. She still calls them clods, which I enjoy a lot, and it's really, it's funny. Even I call them clods now. Do you ever go back and watch old episodes and be like, Amethyst, you clod? Oh my god, I actually don't do that. I think I'm going to now. The crystal gems go off because they decide if Peridot is not going to tell them anything, they are going to figure out things for themselves. So they go off and try to figure out where the cluster is because she's not telling. At the same time, Steven and Peridot are at the house by themselves. They're just chilling. He's cooking, and it starts to thunderstorm. And then he says, wow, it's really coming down. Peridot flings herself out of the bathroom, and she's like, it's happening! No, it's not happening. It's just a thunderstorm, Peridot. It's okay. And Steven begins to explain to her what a thunderstorm is and why it just happens sometimes. And I'm really beginning to wonder how long she's been on Earth for. Because if she doesn't know about thunderstorms, or at least rain in itself, she hasn't been here for very long at all. I don't know about you guys, but where I live, it rains a lot. It's just a part of life. Basically, he explains to her what it is, and then he goes outside and runs around in the rain and in the mud, and he's like, woohoo, this is so much fun, Peridot, come outside. But she's, of course, still very nervous and confused, and she doesn't do it at first, okay? And then he continues to say, yes, this is so much fun, please come out and do this with me. And she steps outside of the house, and she lets the rain just come on down. And then he congratulates her. He's like, whoa, you did it, you're so cool, da 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 da. And as they go inside and get dried off, she thanks him. She thanks him for helping her with the rain and telling her that there is nothing to fear. And I think also it's just a thank you and all. Because all of the crystal gems were like, let's beat her up, let's take her down, let's bubble her. And Steven has been like, no, she's a crystal gem, she's a gem. We should be nice to her. And I really love that about Steven. He's very, I don't want to say he's very human, because not all, humans are kind, but he has so much kindness in his heart, and I wish I had that much kindness, because I'm Garnet, and I'm just like, let's beat her up. Let's get her. Steven's literally a sweetheart, and because of that, he is repaid with information. And they go to Homeworld, holding hands, because Steven is like, that's the only way I'm gonna let you go, we have to hold hands. Did I say they went to Homeworld? Oops, no, they go to the kindergarten. And she's really smart, I've come to realize, but she's not strong. At least she's not strong without her limb enhancers, and it looks to me like she doesn't really know how to work her fingers and her actual feet and stuff. She doesn't get it. So Steven helps her out by pulling open the thing, because he's super strong and super talented, and he's so amazing. So he helps her out with that, and she turns on the gem tech, and she tells him about the cluster. And basically every single headcanon I've had about this cluster has been correct. And I'm really proud of myself. But basically she tells him that the cluster is a giant artificial fusion, pieces of gem shards stuck together like a giant gem shard in the core of the earth, and once it's finished like growing, basically it'll come out of the earth, but because it's so big, it'll be bigger than the earth, and it will make the entire universe just explode. Like, that's Earth. So basically that's what's going to happen once the cluster kind of hatches out of the core of the earth. And once she tells Steven, he's like, bruh, we have to tell the crystal gems. And she's like, no, I don't trust them. I only trust you. We can handle this ourselves. And as she's talking about it, and she's like, maybe we'll even get your dad to help you before we get the crystal gems because he taught you everything you know. She really does not want any help from the crystal gems. Same time that they're doing that, gem fusions, like the nasty artificial fusions, the gem shards, come out and attack them. Now, Steven only has a shield and a bubble. He doesn't necessarily have anything to fight with. He has things that will protect him. So he can't really fight back. So he puts Peridot and himself in a bubble, and he's like, this is all I can do on my own. And thank God the crystal gems always know where he is at, because he would be in so much trouble if they didn't. They save the day, and they get rid of the gem shards and put them back into their like gem shard bubble, I guess. To even have a conversation where he's like, we absolutely have to tell them because we cannot do this on our own. And she goes ahead and tells them, and then she's like, I have something to tell you, crystal gems. And I think that is the most epic thing ever, because not only is she deciding to trust them because Steven trusts them, but also she's trying to stop calling them clods. And this episode was just really informative. A huge fusion that's just gonna make the entire Earth explode. Totally, no big deal. Crystal gems can handle it. Honestly, I don't see a way out of this. And that scares me a little bit. I'm like, I'm questioning them. And I'm questioning the fact that it's already in the core of the earth. It's not like they're about to put it in. It's already there. And once it grows enough and it just like decides to hatch, the whole earth is going to explode. So what are they going to do? Like dig to the core of the earth and then like pull it out and like throw it into space? Like, what can you do? And even then, like, it'll still grow. More likely than not. And then I don't even think it's smart to bubble it and have it in the temple. Like, they would probably have to just pull it apart if they can even get to it. I mean, it's in the core of the earth. How do you get there? I don't know. And that really upsets me because I can't figure it out. But hopefully things will, you know, clear up for them. I'm really, like, I'm honest to God worried. I don't know what's gonna happen at all. Remember when this was a nice, happy show about a kid with superpowers? Yeah, I did too. Let's go back to season 1. I can't handle this. My heart can't take it. I have a question for you guys. How do you think they're going to get out of this? Because honestly, I have no clue. I really don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't see a way out. And if you guys do, you should put your ideas in the comments below, because I'd really like to have a conversation about this because I'm freaking out over here. So, yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, that's okay too, because you still watched it. That's really sad. Like, I'm just glad you watched this, okay? But, I will see you guys next week, and I'm also thinking about doing more episode reviews and stuff like this for different TV shows. So if you guys have another one that you might want reviewed by me or something, hook a sister up, let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye!